Okay. Now, in our networking, for the last time we were learning our networking, I made mention of a lot of things. Where I said IP address networking, we have IP addresses. That's internet protocol. With this internet protocol, we have hosts. And within this host, we have the various workstations. Now, a network, someone is talking. Thank you, sir. Okay. Okay. Now, a networking, in networking, you should identify your host. You should know whom your clients are and where you are sending your files and receiving all these resources. Today we are going to learn about the various hosts IP addresses and their calculations. How you can calculate a subnet of an IP address, how you can identify this IP address is classified under class A, B, or class C or D. Now, IP addresses IP addresses can be grouped into four. Please take note. Can be grouped into four classes, namely class A, class B, class C. Class A, class B, class C, and class D. Okay, let's move on. Whenever you see an IP address, you should be able to identify that this particular IP address falls under class A.
Sorry, sir.
Yes,
Sorry,
please.
sir. Is it the last one, class D, or?
Yes, class D. Daniel D.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, whenever you see an IP address, you should be able to classify. When you see it, at the moment you see it, you should be able to say, this falls under class A, this falls under class B. Right. Okay. Now, look at where my mouse is going. Where my mouse is going. Okay. You can see class A, class B, class C, and class D. So this is the range from 1 to 127. It falls under class A. And from 128 to 191 falls under class B. From 192 to 223 class C, and from 224 to 239 class D. We will dive inside. Give me a minute. I'm coming. Right. Okay. Let's continue. Now, any IP address, all IP address I say they have their corresponding subnets. So in class A, their subnet starts with 255.0.0.0. In class B, 255.255.0.0. Class C, the same but with an extra 255.0. Then class D is a specialized class. Okay, now let's see a typical example of IP address. We have this IP address. Now you could see that this IP address starts with 64.32.254.100. Which class does it fall under? Anyone?
Class A.
Okay, okay, very good. So class A, you should be able to keep this in your head. You should be able to know this as a networking student or someone who knows networking. Whenever you see an IP address, it could be your device IP address, whatever IP address you see, you should be able to classify that particular IP address under any of these classes. Whenever the first number, consider the first number falls within in any of this range, it means it falls under the accompanying class. Now, whenever it is under class A, automatically the subnet is going to be 255.0.0. So you see, this one you said falls under class A, and so the subnet is 255.0.0.0. Class B, this one so also falls under
Yeah.
class. Yes, please.
Before that, so I would like to ask. Mostly when we see IP address, we don't see the
Yes,
subnet mask. So how
yes,
will you manage to know that this on after you find out that this is class A,
yes,
automatically then you have to
yes.
assume that the subnet is
No, you see, whenever you see an IP address and you are able to identify that it is under class B, automatically you know class B subnets, right?
okay, okay,
Yes,
okay, sir.
yes. So this one they don't, you the networking expert should know it. That under class A is 255.0.0.0. Class B extra 255
Yeah.
class. Yes.
So what is the function of the default subnet mask? Or what does it do? Or what does it help you the
Okay.
adequate?
The default subnet, it's saying default because the default you see starts from 255. So it's the default. So whenever you are starting a subnet, automatically it should start from 255. That's why I'm saying the default. Now, when it comes to when your IP address you are identifying is in class C, you bring your default, then add extra so that you can get the class C subnet. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's go to the calculation part. How to calculate this IP address. Um, Let me find one so that we can. Okay, let's come and use these ones. Um, I want to project it to you so I can use the mouse to explain it. How to calculate. Okay, okay. So I think this will do 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let me download. So page 3. Where is the page 3? Page 3. Okay. I want you to watch something very carefully here. Let me make it continuous. Now, okay. This subnet, this how to calculate the actually the IP address of a network. You have binary numbers, that's 1, 0, those who are into computing. Okay, if you are not into computing, let me start from the basics. In computing, we have numbers. Some numbers we use. They are zeros and ones. Okay. 1 means on, a 0 means off. So even with your switch, the switch you use in your rooms or in your various houses, 1 means the light should be on and 0 means it should be off. So we use ones and zeros in computing. Okay, now the IP addresses you've been seeing 53.04.this.that, they are actually binary numbers which have been converted into decimal numbers for you. They are binary numbers which have been converted into decimal numbers for you. Okay. Now let's start something here. I want some very cheap example so that you don't get confused. Okay. Now let me take this IP address, this particular, and explain it. Whenever you see an IP address, you should be able to draw its binary numbers. You should be able to actually work with that, and whenever you see a binary number, you should be able to convert it to an IP address. Now in this binary numerals, or let me say in this IP addressing, we have components which are comprised into 4 octets. Please write the key points down. 4 octets separated by periods. Okay, in these 4 octets, in each octet, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. So you see, in each component octet, we have 8 digits inside, which are zeros and ones. Which are zeros and ones. Now, this is it. If you get confused, let me know. Now, look at something very carefully, my mouse. The 1, 2, okay, let's use this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The first one represents 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. I go over again. Even if they are all zeros, the first zero represents 1. The
1.
second, is someone talking?
Sorry, that's also a mistake.
Okay. Please look here very carefully, else you get totally confused. Okay. In IP addressing, the IP address you see for various networks and your devices, this is how it's being calculated. In computing, we use numbers called zeros and ones. Whatever you do is based on these zeros and ones. Okay, let's rejoin again. Our time has ended. Let's rejoin, then continue. I'm generating a new link. Share to your WhatsApp group, please. Okay.